point in this environment, right? So I digress in these magical squirrel moments. Hope you don't mind. So, yeah, grounding that, but the ability to create isn't just about grounding, it's about being able to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And so we keep talking about the hidden truths, the hidden possibilities, the overlooked opportunity versus the endless opportunities. You're prepared for anything. And so you create your own opportunities is how it's coming through. And it's created a lot of self-mastery in this time and space. You've elevated yourself above the common denominators within any situation, standing a bit head and shoulders above the rest. And you're still seemingly humble because you're showing up as this squirrel energy, and that is very humble creature. But then the eagle, it's like, that eagle cry that everybody puts out, like, ah, this piercing cry of the eagle coming through. I don't think they really sound quite so majestic, but I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it's like that shrill noise that breaks through the din, and it speaks about its power. It doesn't have to brag. It is its power. It stands in its truth. Full spectrum. It's like all of your chakra systems have been activated to the next level in recent times from when you're watching this video. And it's like over time, it just keeps getting more and more. And your ability to hold the light quotient is increasing over and over and over. And it's like, if you would look back to a few years back, I'm sure you thought that, dang, I'm really something. And then you get a little bit of doubt, but you're so much above even that now. But you're doubting because you've raised the bar from your fear threshold, and now that comfort zone is in a different place. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, let us not become distracted by our thinking that we're not where we're supposed to be, because right where we are right now is so perfect. We are where other people wish that they were now. We are where we used to wish that we would be at in some capacity, even if you've had to take some steps back. I mean, I'm considering right now simplifying, not because I absolutely have to, but because it feels like the right thing to do. Simplicity seems so guided at this time. Where are we at on the timer? Did my whole timer restart? Oh, I'm into the Daily Dharma #2. Welcome, folks. So apparently I've talked myself out of the first level of this, but yeah, you're standing head and shoulders above some other established norm, and you're able to challenge these norms and surpass old limitations that you have held for yourself or others have held, breaking some type of maybe glass ceiling for some of you. And with this luminescence card, it's like you're really emerging as this self-creator. And so, yeah, you're coming through with a lot of power and capacity. And since we already went a full Daily Dharma, so let's go into this Daily Dharma #2 with the next deck here. Let's see what some of the codes coming through are. All right, we've got a few coming out here. Deep Dive, 4 of Portals, Harmony and Adversity, 5 of Light Codes, and the Origins of Strength. Origins of Light, rather, Strength. So we were talking about the ability to hold the light. And so it looks like you may be doing this declaration or standing up in your full spectrum truth in order to protect some type of opportunity or something such as that, because it's like there's some type of storm with this harmony through adversity card, and our ability to be the way shower. It came through with Isis having this big staff as like a shepherd's hook, and how she is leading us to go through this cave, this literal portal. And here it's looking like a water, but it was on this stream, right? So following the stream of consciousness through the face of the mountain into the mouth of the cave, being swallowed into the abyss, but being the one, like Moses splitting the waters it came through again, with the splitting the waves of consciousness, being able to walk through the density and the darkness with harmony in the heart. It's like you are this luminescent being, illuminated by the power and the dynamism of the throat chakra, the spoken word that you are communicating. So you give fantastic advice. You're a fabulous leader. You speak to the highest in other individuals. And it says here too, the seamless, unspeakable. So you're able to put things into words that others have no language for. And sometimes the best way to convey something is by song. And so if you have something that you really want to shift for another individual, sharing your music might be something that is easy for you to do. It helps people to kind of break through levels of conditioned and different time space portals, because songs and scents and sights have the ability to create deja vu, nostalgic moments where we move through this deep dive portal of emerging memories. And there's endless opportunities to remember things, but if we don't use it, we lose it, I'm hearing. Woodland forest is under the deck, sage of earth guardians, and also the garden, 9 of earth guardians. So there's a lot of earth guardian energy stepping forward from this deck in recent times, and also the light code energy. So it's like, I feel like the ones that are tuning into these messages recently are the ones who are channeling the light, transmuting adversity, and emitting the light codes and anchoring them down into this time and space. And so it's like we've risen above the normalized ability to I'm getting like to function in normal society. It's like we're almost like we can't help but like when we walk into a room, maybe people start to kind of like you see in the movies where the kid gets to the party and all the people are like moving to the side. I mean, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, is like your aura walks into a space and it pushes and displaces the darkness. Vines, you're untangling the vines. I was getting this for somebody recently, like vines tangling around the ankles and spinning this person around and making them angry. And they were like chopping at them. And I was like, but the anger doesn't really belong to you. Maybe it's just about when we ground that pillar of light, then we're not going to be twisted and turned right round, baby, right round into this portal, this entanglement energy. And now we have neutralize the charge, 5 of activations. Yeah, neutralizing the darkness. It was like displacing the darkness. It's like dispelling all these words coming forward. Dispelling, unspelling someone. It's like the way that you were able to translate different things neutralizes the charge of the dementor, demonized energies that exist in other individuals. You allow that to become malleable. You allow them to become softened to your inputs, and it's like reptiles and cold-blooded animals that need to bask in the sun, the glow of the sun, to absorb the vitamin D, or the plants literally need to absorb the vitamin D and the solar radiation in order to produce the chlorophyll that feeds them and stuff like that. Neutralizing the charge is an incredible process of heart-based and beyond truth, and the ability to transmute that into activations and to hold the harmonic codes within adversity, to not be reduced to the levels of gossip or retaliation or reactivity, to say what you said, and when people bait you, to restate the facts and to go in that direction. So this is like your ability to argue with integrity, and to talk somebody around to, again, that softened state, so that they are not so resistant to you. What is going on here? I'm feeling some kind of like a tickle. It might be my hair, I don't know. So it's like, I think that everything that happens is part of the reading, and it's like this neutralizing the charge is like when somebody is super upset with us and they come at us really wanting a fight or anticipating some type of defensive maneuvering on our behalf, or stealing themselves for a fight. It's like we can just stand firm but be as malleable as water. It's like, exactly, it's giving that Bruce Lee said it, but it was actually a Taoist ideology, talking about be soft like water, but it's also the strongest force in the universe. It's capable of great feats, but it's also not stuck in one shape. It's mobile, and it changes states. Evolving light codes under the deck again, so that's interesting. And reclaim your power, and the waterfall, those ones came out recently. So evolving light codes, let's stop there. The star, it again tells me about this whole process of you being able to stand in this full spectrum energy, channeling this energy and anchoring it deeply into the earth, creating clarity and realization for others with the strength of your ability to hold space for others. There's the butterfly moth back there, I don't know what it is. And there's something I'm not able to bring forward, to hold the line for this, to hold the line for this embodiment, and to hold light for what others can't quite put into words, but there's a reason why you're charging others up in this way. And if you lose the plot and start fighting with them, it's a waste of your energy, and then there'll be two ignorant ones in the room, right? And so we're out here endeavoring to understand how things are arising, and to figure out where we got to go from here, what needs to be harmonized. And the music is often a beautiful tool that spirit uses. So pay attention to the songs that come to you in your mind, or in the grocery store, or in the elevators. I don't know where you frequent, in your cars, whatever, and I love having some of the lyrics in my cards, because sometimes the simplest little tidbits of a storyline, or a character, or an archetype will step forward to help us to understand what energy spirit wants us to look at. Under the deck, we do have celestial, and I wanted to get that, but I wanted to also, because I said archetype, let's see if there's any helpful archetypes here. So we started out with unicorn, squirrel, and eagle. I swear to you guys, I should have just cut that little hair off. I hope you guys are doing great today. There, we'll stop there. We'll take that one and those ones, and we'll take that one and leave it that way. The Unseen Sustainer, Apocalypsis, the Cave, and the Pilgrim. Exactly. So Isis is wanting us to go into the cave, to go on this journey, and we've been the ones that have been willing to enter the darkness, trusting that our light will literally lead us through the darkest times, because we can sustain this vibration, we can sustain the harmony in the adversity here, and neutralize the charge of the darkness. We can see through the unseen. It's like it keeps giving the Last Airbender Avatar series with Thoth, which always reminds me of Thoth, however you want to say it. And she's a blind girl that reads the whole surroundings. She sees with her feet because of the vibrations of the earth and other people moving through air and all this other stuff. And it's because she learned how to heighten her other senses. So there's something here about us being able to do something otherworldly. Beautiful. So a number of things are coming through. So we already talked about how we've been able to see through the shadow and to hold the light through the darkness and to help others to gain this freedom and to see the opportunities they've missed to move forward in their life. And we're getting also the stone, which reminds me of the Philosopher's Stone. I think you've been often finding yourself in between, so to speak, a rock and a hard place. And it's given you a lot of philosophical ability and wisdom to transcend the shadow yourself, to transcend the ego, to transcend spiritual traps and all these things. And this is how you create this bridge between spirit and matter to allow people to, it's the ability to see through without breaking down, because some people cannot see things about themselves without it annihilating portions of their ego-based identity structure. And if you disrupt the structure of their ego, then they don't have the wherewithal to reorganize and self-organize the matters that come up and that are liberated in that process. And so you are one who comes in and attempts to bridge things in this way for people. And so it's like I'm seeing you molding, like earth bending, if you will, on this pilgrimage to sculpt the Philosopher's Stone from the shadow into the light. And so to be that bridge and to be the one who is willing to reach out. So you may be involved in some type of outreach ministry or something like that. But it's, look at this light as well, the hunter. I think that you are the light bringer, and this hunter energy is others are really, really looking for this light within the cave. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's some eyeballs within the darkness there. And I was getting in the pre-messages, this Isis, it was all about her eyes. And so it's like she's pointing to a spot on the hand too. So for some of you, this may be like a pressure point, acupressure, some mudras. And for others of you, because I'm from Michigan, I can't help but see you may need to be going out on some type of an up north adventure in the Upper Peninsula, just for some. Anyways, or a retreat, yeah. So getting back full circle, let's bring this around because I don't know how I'm doing on time now. We're at 19. All right, so you're this bridge between spirit and matter, and with this hunter card, others are seeking you, even if they seek you and then they get pushed back into their ego or their shadow space, that's also divine. And that's why we don't need to worry about what other people think about us. I'm hearing keep it simple, stupid, or silly would be a better way to say that. Keep it simple, silly. Don't make a story up about it. If they don't think that you hold the light, if they think that you're bragging or undeserving, or that you have it easy, or that you got some kind of privileged, that's fine. That's their narrative, and we can help to bridge people and be like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. Can you tell me more about this? Help me understand. And so you're reaching out for people, you're revealing truth and calling people out. It's like some people are toxic, but they don't even understand or see it in themselves until sitting in the meeting. All of a sudden, one day they're like, oh, great idea. And you're like, thank you. I think so too. And it also blah, 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 blah. And so building upon things, whether they were intended to be decent or whether they were intended to be jabs at you, you can alchemize that in real time and just keep it real simple. It is a great idea. I'm glad you see it that way, because you're consistently holding your vibrations firm and true. And, like Isis with that giant staff that she's pounding onto the pavement. It's like being one's own guardian to protect the self-organizing matter and to not be defensive, because if it's true, then it doesn't need to be defended, right? We can ask somebody, well, tell me more about your opinion, and then we can just bring the receipts, but then we're forcing them to speak and identify, so what's your better idea in this situation, type of a thing. We're putting the accountability on them, and with immunity we're staying out of playing in the mud in the same way and staying committed to our integrity, and that's what keeps us protected and safe in these situations. It's because we're committed to healing and to helping people to rise above that. We're seeing it from a transcendent place, and we're putting those unspeakable things into voice. It's like, how many people have never had the vocabulary to stick up for themselves, and others of us have had to learn. And so it's actually this ridiculous lesson that we've had to learn time and again and again and again and again and again, about how to not give two flying F's about somebody who's like, oh, you're going to wear that was a choice, or whatever it might be for you, or, oh, well, can we please talk to somebody who's a little older, who has some more experience in the field, Yeah, exactly. It keeps coming through recent times with this gifted card. Some of you, if you feel gifted in this lifetime, you might want to check out some of the information I've uploaded recently about that. But there's a frequency shift that you're going through right now, this level up, when you're able to keep it very simple and to maintain your light and your happiness through some type of adversity. It's like somebody brought up a bunch of drama or something, or maybe it was even you out of necessity. But by utilizing your voice, you became a target, because you've outgrown something that was normalized. Some type of disclarity was something unseen and unspeakable, like unspoken rules in a situation, and you challenge the status quo to reveal the truth behind the situation. And then you failed to make a big deal out of it. You're just like, it was just for you another Tuesday, because you don't care about calling things out. The truth is the truth. It's just an everyday occurrence for you. But you've crashed somebody down to earth, and you've created a bit of a spiritual crisis. Maybe that's too dramatic for others, but some people are really going through it right now. So great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. So be gentle with your voice. The more you cultivate it, the sharper it cuts. And I think some of us don't recognize how deeply the truth hurts some of these people. and it wasn't done out of malicious intent on your behalf. You come through with the innocence card and knowledge. You have innate gifts. You have inborn knowledge. And so maybe you came into this incarnation more awake, or maybe you've done more studying. Maybe you had better mentors. Maybe their mentorship helped you to surpass them. It could have been your parents for some of you. But anyway, the voice makes us a target, but it also it forces us to to redefine ourselves through that adversity of when other people want to continue to tell you who you are, then you have to continue to correct or even to question that, because it keeps elevating us. Everything is a stepping stone, whether it was intended to be or not. Oh my gosh. Coming up, we've got shifting, storm, contact, and return of spirit coming out here. So I love it. We've got frequency shift and shift. So we've got this extremely innocent, gifted intelligence and knowledge here that's coming through for you, because you are the one who stays steady and true through the storms of life, and you bring spirit back to the situations. You don't allow yourself to, again, get down in the mud and sling the mud around. You keep it on the highest keel that you can enable or embody. And so you're helping some type of storm to settle down. And with the contact card here, it's twofold. This return of spirit is like there's a spirit guide that many of you will identify with having worked with in other times, that's coming back forward during this time. I'm hearing it's one who may have worked with you so far back. It was like when you used to take naps at your house. So I'm seeing you speaking either to yourself seemingly in your child's brain, or like playing yourself to sleep. And there's some type of a connection here to this, shifting back into that childlike essence that keeps coming through this. It's a small world after all. There's violet flame energy, rejuvenation, and divinity. Yeah, with this return to spirit, there's a returning spirit helping you to make it through this cave. And it may be Isis or something like that, or Thoth, because we've been talking about them today. But there's a lot of there's a lot of things that I want to say, but I think we're going to move into one more deck. Yep, getting joyful muse, inspiration. So yeah, you are getting your muse, your amusement in new ways through this magical infinite possibility, and you're helping others to see the unseen, because you're the sovereign of both this and the unseen realms here. And so your reputation is gathering momentum, and so you're well on your way to establishing some kind of breakthrough gift to others in that outreach capacity. And you're inspiring others with your ability to tune into this vibration. I'm seeing beloved, radical acceptance, and the witness. So those that see you, there's one person in particular that I'm feeling, and again with that eye in the palm of the hand here, someone that loves you very deeply. And I'm not sure for all of you if this is romantically or just very deeply and affectionately, but they have this radical, unconditional agape love for you and you for them. And they're witnessing some changes in the frequency shift that you've embodied. Some type of, it's like music to their ears, because watching you level up when they've been holding so much space and love for you all this time is really, it's really moving them. So then we have the owl, the arrow, and Woodwives adaptability. This card's coming through differently today. So for some of you, if this is romantic love and this is someone that you know who I'm talking about, there may be this realization emerging that now you're in resonance with somebody. They're starting to witness how much joy you bring to their life, because we had earlier things were dull before you joined the team. But so your light is coming in and inspiring many, and somebody is falling for you in this energy and is feeling like this energy of marriage energy and what it would be like, how it would be different if things were different and you were theirs. And so the arrow is you and them as well. You're inspiring other people to be straight shooters and to again, where's that true north card came out, right? Oh, it's buried, but the true north. So you're making people want to be better. You're imparting these higher wise insights, and you're bringing that energy with you, because we have that eagle and that owl here too, and you have the luck and the right timing. So you not only are prepared for anything, you have the right thing to say at the right time. Spirit's helping you to see the right things, to clue into the right things. And look at this. I'm seeing moving out of stagnation, dust devil. There's a lot of simplification energy. And we did have guardian, and we've got that covering the dragon's horde, protecting the future, skywriting the fates, and deep quiet meditation and stillness. So you're helping somebody to rest in things that bring them greater love. Oh, the low dust devil here. We have fallen angel, and it stayed next to earth, possibly for weeks, or maybe it's been separated and keeps coming out together. It's like you're bringing somebody crashing back down to earth through this innocent embodiment of your light, because they didn't want to face the fact that they still had levels of darkness that needed to be addressed. But you showed a light on this very profoundly, and you're protecting your own future, and you are being protected in this with this immunity and this dragon's horde protecting the future. Things are circling around you, because this is representing part of the overlooked opportunities here. Your fate is woven into someone else's, and you are